Hey everybody, KP here. Just wanted to bring to you today some book reviews. I went to the library and got some business books and just thought I'd share with you some of the things that I learned about them. So the first one is called Market Research in a Week. This one is by Judy Bartkowiak. Bartkowiak? Okay. This one was made in, let's see, originally I think 98 or something like that. No, it says 2012 actually, but this edition was 2016, so updated a little bit. And this one kind of goes through like a full week. It's split by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and gives you a calendar of the different sort of steps you can take to complete a full market research plan. And the way it's laid out, though, is it kind of is more. It's kind of laid out like test prep, if you know what I mean. At the end of each one, there's like quizzes, and it kind of feels like it's like meant for people whose boss told them, like, "Hey, throw together a marketing research report," and they're like, "I don't know how to do that," but they kind of nod anyway, and then they scramble to figure out how to do that. So this is sort of a quick thing. That said, if you can you can kind of get into the steps of what it would take, and I kind of also like that it does give you that schedule of how far and how much you can really feasibly expect to get done in like a day or a week. So I don't know, that was a good library find. If you do a lot of marketing reports, that might be useful to pick up, or if you have a boss that's asking you to get that type of stuff done, maybe check that one out. The next one is Avoid Small Business Hell. This one is by Jack Borden, and this one is from 2015. So this one is kind of interesting too. It actually goes into a lot about selling. It states that sales is really the key to keeping your business going, and that's really true. And it kind of goes through some of the expectations of like being a business owner and what it really takes to be an entrepreneur. Kind of the same stuff you find in every business book about how you have to be a self-starter and you can't just sit on the couch because there's not going to be anybody telling you what to do. I think if you're interested in this, that's kind of basic right now. Um, let's see, what else was in there? There was a few. It's a good library book. It's kind of basic, but there's some interesting stories and anecdotes in here. Sometimes those are a little too specific and don't really land, and they're kind of boring. But I think that it can still be useful if you're into that, and there really are some good sales tips. So if that's the type of thing you need, maybe check this one out. Avoid Small Business Hell. I'll put all the links to these in my maybe up around here somewhere or in the description, and you can check them out on Amazon. This next one was Business Writing, What Works and What Won't by Wilma Davidson. And this one was written in, these were all fairly new. This one is also from 2015, it looks like. And, I thought about this one that it's really the perfect book for a library find, I think. There's like so much stuff in here, so many examples. A lot of it is just sort of like really rudimentary writing, like it isn't necessarily specific to business writing. This is just sort of general good writing. If you need that, it's a little, it's definitely tailored to business situations. But some of it is not not really all that groundbreaking information. What is really cool about it is there's a lot of lists in here. Let me see if I can find one where they have sort of commonly used words that are really long or common phrases that are overused. they give you some alternatives. So it's almost like a writing thesaurus, but maybe more for phrases and so transitions. That's a really good one. So after that, also another, at last, at the outset, besides, finally, first, furthermore, in addition, in conclusion, moreover. So it kind of breaks it to indicate another point, to indicate results, to indicate another time, place, or sequence. There's a couple other lists in here that are really cool. Instead of use this, I really like this type of thing. So instead of very stubborn, use obstinate and unmovable. If you're doing, like, for my stuff, I think this business writing works a lot for if you're writing scripts for voiceover or any kind of commercial. It helps you kind of pare down the language and really get to the meat and just the most succinct way to say what you're trying to say. So if you do a lot of writing, this one might be a good desktop book to have just on hand to refer to just for those things, and maybe go through it and do some highlighting to sort of find those pages. Me, I don't know that I do enough writing. I have been doing more kind of scripting lately, so I think I might pick that one up. This next one is by called The Monocle Guide to Good Business. I was really excited when I saw this. Monocle, I don't know a lot about them, but I know they publish a magazine, which I believe is out of the UK. The one I got was really an interesting mix of culture and design and business and technology, and it had a theme for the entire issue, and so it went into detail various sort of offshoots of this theme. So the theme was water, so there's a lot of stuff about boat building companies and shipping trades and just a whole bunch of stuff related to water. I'm getting off on a tangent here, but this is by the same company. I know that, and you can tell it's a really nicely designed book. Produced by Gestalten, maybe? I think that means something. I don't exactly know. It's really nicely printed. It's got beautiful paper. And there's some really interesting things in here, but it's kind of just a collection of thoughts and various little sort of ideas. It's kind of grouped into, let's see, how is it grouped? If I can find a table of contents. Setting out. So getting started. These are kind of some stories, some sort of case studies about companies, how they got going. So it's sort of like each page is a little profile, or each spread or two is a little profile on a different company. And they talk to the owners and find out what it took to get their initial steps. The next steps, I think, is more about learning, training, setting up, and building a brand. So it's kind of some other things about really anecdotal, which, again, it's sort of like the other book with anecdotes. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it doesn't quite land. I think there's a lot of things that can still be useful even if they aren't perfectly aligned to your industry, but at the same time, when it gets too in-depth into certain things, it isn't relevant anymore. So this was a fun one for me to sort of flip through, but I could see something like this get really dated really quickly. I think some of these companies I actually looked up and they're not even around anymore. There's another section in here which was like different cities, and it kind of gave you some ideas about what to do there. I think this might be it. Business cities and villages. Charleston, USA. And it's kind of like what you can do while you're there. And nice restaurants to take clients to, or other businesses that have set up shop there. So anecdotal. Again, that was the part that I thought was could be dated quickly. I looked up a restaurant in London, and it was no longer there. And I think, when did I say when this was printed? This was printed in um, uh, 2014. So that's not that long ago. Then there was another section about building an office. So that was kind of about setting up a workspace. And that I found kind of interesting, but a lot of these were very architectural, and I'm not building out this office like that anytime soon. So fun to look at, but not super useful. Then there was some of the chapter I missed in between here is called Observations, and that one is more about more anecdotes from people and describing really specific sort of guides for success and the art of hiring, when to mix business with pleasure, when meetings get hot and steamy. Some of those things are sort of like almost ways to say, I know this is generally how people think, and this is sort of the common knowledge, but one time I went the other way and it actually worked out for me. So you should think about going against the grain. That's probably true, but nonetheless. Okay, so I think here's those books again. Business Writing, Monocle Guide to Good Business, Market Research in a Week, and Avoid Small Business Hell. Pretty interesting stuff, so definitely check it out. Leave me some questions in the comments section if you have any. If you like book reviews and library hall stuff, then leave me a comment about that, and I'll be sure to do some more. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, and have a great day. Take care. Bye.